Hi, Leo. I have already laid the cards out. I usually like to pull them out as I'm doing the video, but that takes about like an hour and a half. And I am sort of in a rush, which is sort of the energy of this reading. Maybe I'm projecting onto it, but I see a lot of on the table right now. I'll start reading what the cards actually are, but I'm seeing a lot of focusing on finances and not very much on your own personal well being and self. And that has put you in a bind. So let me read what I have in the center right here. It's Ace of Swords in the upright, Eight of Swords in the upright, the Empress in reverse, Queen of Wands in the upright, and Justice in the reverse. So that Justice in the reverse is karma for your actions of sort of abandoning yourself and not focusing on yourself and like your own personal well-being and growth. And you can see I'm separating the cards a little bit where the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Wands is kind of uplifting you out of this energy, because the Eight of Swords is this woman that's trapped in a bind, but it's the truth that reveals what she needs to cut off, how she needs to cut off these strings that are tying her down. And that's what that Ace of Swords is. The Ace of Swords is the eight and ace also almost sound the same, so I'm sorry if it's getting confusing. But the Ace of Swords is that this truth that is being revealed to you, the truth of calm down, calm down. I'm going to read the Empress because that's the card that really stood out to me as I was reading through this, trying to get everything set up. So it's in reverse. So I'm going to read the Shadow Seer side of this. Infertility, emotional overwhelm, shutting down, the need for self-care, disharmony, negligence, being materialistic, being overprotective of your creations, being overly dependent on others. This Gaian Empress radiates fertile energy, positive outcomes, and unconditional love. This flourishing, creative energies of the earth. So bring your dreams from the ethereal realms and ground them, share them, birth them. Her bountiful abundance is always available to you, and she reminds you to find her regenerative beauty everywhere. You're entering a time of profound healing and blessings, and if you're feeling any lack of inspiration or possibilities, seek to heal your physical temple and to nourish your soul by embodying her shining creative essence. Continue to move calmly and gracefully in the direction of that which whispers yes. This card often affirms that you are on the right track, so keep growing, beautiful seer, and work with the nature of your situation instead of against it. I'm ready to give birth to my abundantly rich future. So the fact that that is in reverse is very concerning. You are working too hard, you're forgetting yourself. Let me read the Eight of Swords because I really like the way that they were saying this. Usually when any swords cards come out, I get kind of anxiety ridden because, it's swords are kind of where anxiety lands, and I have been a person that has been a little bit in anxiety, but I like the way that this was wording things out. So it's in the upright, so I'm going to read the light seer version of this. Feeling stuck, a time to open your eyes to unveil the truth, having more options than you thought, an opportunity to let go of an old story. I like that part, the end. The opportunity. This is a gentle reminder that you create your reality. Look beyond the veil of illusion that your current limitations are projecting. If you're feeling trapped with no path forward, remember that this too is a perspective that can be lifted. When you choose sovereignty over victimhood, you become the fierce wielder of choice. You can feel yourself from your You can free yourself from your shackles and shift your outcome dramatically by accepting that you are the one person who is responsible for your happiness. Create infinite portals of possibility by becoming the solution. We are never really stuck. Nurture your soul and spend the time you need to transmute any feelings of helplessness. While we can't control every experience that is put on our path, we can definitely work on how we respond to each other. Let go of old stories and be vigilant of any wallowing, low vibe thoughts that you may be holding on to. Reframe your experiences as lessons and choose to heal. I am free to choose my healing and my light. So I kind of paired this card, the Eight of Swords, with the Queen of Wands. I didn't reorganize anything, but as I saw the cards laid out, I saw that these two were very much kind of linked because you have this truth, this reality. The justice in reverse is karma for your actions of abandoning yourself, essentially, for being this empress in reverse. You have abandoned yourself. And that's the truth of the situation. So these three cards on this bottom tier in the middle is stating that fact that you have abandoned yourself. And this Eight of Swords and Queen of Wands is getting you out of this. And Queen of Wands, that is a fire card. Wands are fire, and Leo, you are a fire card, and that is showing your base state of energetic passion. Bringing that out is going to bring you out of the situation that you've landed yourself in. And I'm going to read the cards around us, these pink cards, the Rider-Waite Tarot cards. So on the top left, we have Temperance in reverse. That's a lack of balance. And in the top right, that is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, financial issues. And then the Knight of Pentacles, a lot of pentacles out here. On the bottom left, hard work, productivity, routine, conservation, efficiency, responsibility. So it's not like the worst thing to be focusing on finances as you have been, because that has been getting you towards where you want to be. The problem is you need to find balance. And the fact that on the bottom right, there's also Two of Pentacles in the upright. I haven't mentioned that yet. The fact that Two of Pentacles in the upright and Temperance are here. Temperance in reverse, by the way. It's really stating this balance that has needed to happen. And I think you're starting to achieve that as well. I think as we're going through the energy of this, because I read from left to right and up to down, you have these two cards in the reverse at the top, Temperance and Queen of Pentacles. Those are both in the reverse. Too much financial matters. Let me read this Queen of Pentacles really quick. Financial independence, self-care, work-home conflict, self-centered jealousy, smothering. Water, Earth, Queen of Pentacles. Because Queen of Pentacles in reverse also relates to that Empress in reverse. So that's more of you're not embracing your feminine side, your soft side. You're not holding respect for yourself as like a feminine being. Temperance in reverse. Imbalance, excess, extremes, overindulgence, alcoholism, addiction, self-healing, realignment. And you don't even have to see it as alcohol. Any addiction is fine. Why specifically alcohol? But that is what happens when you do not embrace your Empress side of yourself, your feminine aspect. You do not respect your own needs as you lean into addictions, and you become a Queen of Pentacles in reverse. That's what happens when you abandon yourself. So there's this need to find yourself again with this Eight of Swords and this Queen of Wands. You need to find yourself again. You have lost yourself in the midst of the hustle culture, which our whole world is in hustle culture right now. So most people are in hustle culture. But you did gain. You did gain from this effort. So don't feel too bad about what I'm saying. Like, it was a necessary thing to go into hard work, because this Knight of Pentacles in the upright and this Two of Pentacles in the upright is a good sign that you are trying to achieve that balance of work and life. All right, I'm going to read the New Moon and the Four Seasons from the Damien Eccles Sigil Magic. Sigil Oracle, more like. So we have this New Moon card. It's refreshing intelligence, new beginnings, fresh perspective to problems. You could probably see it better just in the booklet itself. The new moon is a time when we can experience new beginnings and a fresh start. It is also an opportunity to get a fresh perspective on problems that have been troubling us. The new moon is symbolically similar to a period of rest, and therefore a chance to catch our breath by allowing our subconscious mind to tell us what it has been pondering behind the scenes of our overactive thoughts. That's the Empress in reverse. There's a lot of important spiritual work which may be carried out on the nights of a new moon. It's a great opportunity for intention setting and pivoting in a new direction. According to the Zohar, the fundamental book of the Kabbalah, each new moon signifies a period of judgment by divine forces. It is a time when the unrighteous will be swept away for spiritual torment and punishment for their crimes. That's that justice in reverse. This belief is tightly woven with the concept of the new moon being a time of renewal. The Jewish people will be refreshed by the removal of evildoers in their presence. By the same token, anyone can utilize the new moon energy to perform a self evaluation and sweep away the unnecessary thoughts which have been cluttering up their brains. Unproductive lines of thought or wasteful actions which detract from our goals can be eliminated with a little willpower once they have been identified. The new moon is also a good time to engage in what is commonly called shadow work, which means dealing with energies that are traditionally considered evil or bad. However, these forces are really just a natural part of us and the world around us and are neither good nor evil, but are merely misunderstood. If you're inclined to perform a deep self examination into your faults and weaknesses with the goal that you will eventually overcome them, the new moon is custom built for this kind of difficult work. The new moon encourages you to see your problems from a different perspective. Like a prisoner in a cell with no lights, they must rely on their other senses to find the door which might lead to escape. The darkness of a new moon creates an environment which invites you to realize the full potential of your previously unused ability. So, an extreme need to find your feminine side, even if you are a male, even if you have a dick and balls, like, there's an extreme need in this reading to seek out your feminine side and your intuition and ground yourself with how you're actually feeling, because there's too much imbalance. You have not been focusing on your own personal well-being. All right, the four seasons. So that is this card. It says cycles of life, contact, and communication with earth energy. That's more of that Empress, that Empress in reverse. Man, like, there's an extreme need to connect back with yourself. That is very much the case in this reading. Just as we cycle through different phases of our lives, so does the earth itself. We can become attuned to the cycle of nature through the process of relaxation and breath work, combined with sensitivity to the world as it changes around us. Energetically relating to the seasons is not all that different from relating to the sun itself, which is the primary driver of change on our planet. As the earth moves around the sun, its tilt causes different parts of the sun's rays to fall upon its surface throughout the course of a year. Therefore, we are not merely experiencing a change in temperature or weather patterns, but actually getting different doses of solar energy. When we are attuned to changing seasons, we increase our awareness of the passage of time and our role in it, finding our own course with the natural rhythm of our planet. The four seasons sigil fosters a deep connection with earth energies. To use the sigil with maximum effectiveness, you should have your bare skin in contact with the bare ground. Touch gross. This might be as simple as taking off your shoes and standing barefoot as you meditate. For a more complex experience, you could actually lay down in a hole. Or visit a cave? Something to place yourself literally inside the earth. Oh my god. While completely nude. Okay. This not only attunes your entire body with the earth, but recreates the environment of the womb. What? All right. The four seasons sigil relates to earth energies, which can be thought as anything connected to the material physical world at the most fundamental level. This means money and riches. We do not always get to experience an unending, I can't believe they said that, flow of money. Rather, our finances tend to ebb and flow, turning in a circle of feast and famine. Sometimes we are on top of the world, spring and summer, while other times we wallow at the bottom of the wheel, fall and winter. If you're currently having financial problems, the four seasons should remind you that the world turns, the wheel spins, and the cycle continues. Okay, so that was interesting, but it really is, especially because it's trying to simulate a womb. And this Empress, her main thing here is she has this pregnant ass belly. So that four seasons card is crazy. You try to simulate a womb by digging a hole and putting yourself in it nude. I don't know if you have to go to that extreme. Maybe if you want to, you can. Obviously, it is an option for anyone. If you really, really want to, you can do that. But definitely touch grass. Refocus on yourself. You have been focused on everything outside of yourself, and it is starting to show. You're focusing too much on the macro. You have to focus on that micro. Micro versus macro, as within, so without. You're not focusing on what's within. And that's basically the message. You're not focusing on what's within. That's it. All right, Leah, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a very short reading, a lot shorter than what I usually do, but it was just as effective as the other readings I've done, so I might consider doing this again because it was super quick to do and pretty fun. And like, I spent a lot of time reading off camera or even on camera in my previous videos, so it's actually nice to kind of do that on my own. But it's also nice to kind of take my time and do that instead because this was a little bit fast paced for me, but not the worst, so I'm not too upset. I hope you liked the reading, Leo. I forgot the message I was saying. You're not focusing on what's within. Please take that advice with however it's resonating with you. Goodbye, and I love you.